A military investigation reveals multiple pilot errors caused the Osprey crash in Australia last August, claiming the lives of 3 Marines, including one selfless hero. 21-year-old Corporal Spencer Collart died trying to rescue the 2 pilots trapped inside that burning cockpit. He will be posthumously awarded the highest non-combat honor the military can award, the Navy and Marine Corps Medal. It's given to those who risk their lives in the act of heroism. This Osprey crash is one of 4 that have happened in 2 years that caught Congress's attention. The report also blamed squadron leadership for ignoring flight safety. The incident involving Collart exposed serious safety issues with the Osprey aircraft. The father of that fallen Marine, Corporal Collart, Bart, joins us now. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Collart, may I just first extend our deepest sympathies to you and your family for your loss, and we thank your son for his service.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Sir, it's been almost a year since your son's passing. What do you want people to know? Because I have to believe that even doing this interview is still difficult for you.
It's been tough. It's been an interesting year. Spencer died a hero. We found out all about it. I guess it was the Sunday before last when they presented their report to us, the Marines. And we didn't know until that point that Spencer actually survived the crash. Apparently he was seen leaving the aircraft, and his strap was found outside the aircraft unburned. And Spencer jumped back into a burning Osprey to try to save his fellow crew members, his pilot and his co-pilot, Major Lewis and Captain LeBeau Cook. And he thought the world of both pilots and their abilities. He spoke of them a few times to us and just thought the world of those guys. And we'd like to give some credit to the pilots for bringing that thing down in such a way that all 20 Marines in the back of that aircraft survived the crash.
Yeah, because the way they actually brought it down, is my understanding after reading parts of that report, is that where your son, Spencer, was located was behind where he could kind of study and watch them. But because they brought that plane, that craft, that Osprey down nose first, it allowed the others to get out through the back.
Correct. He had hit nose first. The pilot and co-pilot were apparently trapped in the cockpit. Lots of smoke and flames. The flames started in the front and started working the way back. And I think Spencer made the call. He thought he could go in there and save him. And unfortunately, he was overcome by flames and didn't make it back out.
Bart, nothing about his act of heroism, I'm sure, surprised you. But was there a part of you selfishly that just wished he had not made that trip back? Or you're like, no, Nick, this is exactly who my son was?
It didn't surprise me one bit. That is exactly who he is. Our first thoughts were, you silly, silly, brave man. Why did you go back in? But I know why he did. His fellow crew people were in that cockpit, and he wanted to save him. And I can't blame him one bit. We just wish he was able to make it back out.
Your son decided to serve because he felt a calling. I also read that he came home and he told your wife, Mom, guess what I've done? She's like, wait a minute, why? We're not a military family. But that has been a source of pride for both of you.
Absolutely. He joined the day he turned 18 years old. And, you know, they say that he found his tribe. He really did. He loved the Marine Corps. He loved the Osprey. He loved that platform. He knew everything about it. And he also loved his squadron, the Lucky Red Lions. He just was in a really good place.
Bart, we just saw a picture of you, your wife, and your daughter holding a picture of Spencer there. And I would like to shift to a lighter note. Your daughter married Spencer's best friend, who was a pallbearer at Spencer's funeral. Their wedding was in a ballroom overlooking Arlington Cemetery, where your son is buried. How special was that moment, and was it planned so that Spencer could be part of that ceremony?
Absolutely. Gwyneth met Jonah. Jonah brought Spencer's remains home from Dover for us, and that's the first time we ever met Spencer's friend Jonah. They both graduated school with their friend Evan Strickland, who died in the Swift 11 crash a year before Spencer. Evan was shipped off to San Diego. Jonah and Spencer both got stationed in Hawaii. And when he came back to bring us Spencer's remains, Gwyneth and Jonah met, and sparks started flying, and the rest is history. They got married, and the reception was overlooking National Cemetery, so we could see Spencer's grave. And when I gave my father-daughter speech, the first thing I said, well, if there's ever a match made in heaven, this is the one.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.